There we go. How about now? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Hello?
Golly. That was crazy. Yeah, I had everything set up and it wasn't working. Okay, good to have you guys. Good to have you guys here. Hi, Alicia. How are you? Okay. How about Mustafa? Hi, Mustafa. Welcome to class.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Nice to have you here.
Nice to have you too.
And Osama? Osama, how
Hi,
are you?
hi, Chad. I'm good, and nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Let's try Alicia one more time. Hi there, Alicia.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Okay. Let me put the link to the story back in the chat boxes. There, and I don't know. I don't even know if my verbling is working. Could be working. If not, I'll put it up here. Okay. All right. Very good. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with Alicia.
Yes.
And there we go. All right. So let me have you read from Bowie, Texas, and go ahead and read this whole paragraph down to making of hometowns, please.
Okay. Bowie, Texas wasn't much if you happened to be passing throughout on US 287, the highway that runs from Fort Worth to Wichita Falls. There were no freeways where in 1950, and travelers just had to deal with the inconvenience of slowing their pace to get through the small rural towns that dotted the north-central part of the state. No one ever paid much attention to such places, unless they had a particular odd or recognizable name. Your town was named after Jim Bowie, a hero of the Alamo who, as local legend has it, was once wanted there by Comanche Indians. No one ever corroborated the story, but we were quite willing to accept their minor distinction. Nocona, which was named after Chief Nokonus of the Comanche Indian Nation, was a bit more famous. A town just north of Bowie, about 20 miles, that earned its fame as the home place of the Nocona Boat Factory. Such are the ingredients in the making of hometowns.
Okay, very good. All right, let's take a look here. First up, we have the word ingredients. Instead of ingredients, it's
Ingredients.
Okay, very good. Let's try out the word home place. Okay, so make sure to pronounce that H, home place.
Home place.
There you go.
Home place.
Good. We have the word earned right here instead of earned. Okay, take off that H, and then the ED, that's going to be an ED ending, so earned.
Earn.
Okay, one more time. Earned.
Earned.
Good. Nice job. Next up, we have, okay, as local legend has it. So right here. So here we have two words that start with vowels, and then an H word. So we need to keep the H and remove the H from as and it. Okay, so it is as local legend has it.
As local legend has it.
Yeah, very good. Good, nice control. And really, Alicia, you did much better with your with those H's this time through. Okay, there was a lot of other words that started with H. Okay, or that started with the vowel where you didn't pronounce the H. So that sounded good. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go to this word here. The word is dotted. Dotted.
What's the meaning?
Okay, so rural towns that dotted the north central part. So dotted means that there were many of them. So if you're looking at a map,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's just like small points on a map.
Ah, okay. Dots.
Okay. Yeah, dotted. Those would be dots. Okay.
Okay. Dot.
Good. Okay. Our next word here is inconvenience. Right here, inconvenience.
Inconvenience.
Okay, one more time. Inconvenience.
Inconvenience.
Great. Great job. Okay. And last word for you. Highway. Okay, pronounce the H.
Highway.
Highway.
Highway. Highway.
All right, very
Highway.
good. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's continue here. Laura. Laura, welcome. Okay, let's go to Mustafa. Mustafa, let me have you read this next paragraph. Okay, going from
Yes.
my youth spent down to feeling pretty battered, please.
Okay. My youth is spent in Bala continued a mixture of turmoil, family divorce, displacement, uncertainty, and violence. There were some good times too. Stretches of my extents when the only thing to think about was what adventure awaited me at wherever I might find myself at the moment. At age 9, I really didn't think much about the future, at least not beyond next week of next month or summer vacation from school, but it is funny how in life the really rich lessons we learn seem to attach themselves to surprise, shock, or trauma. Even the milder forms of them, our family had been relatively stable for the first 7 or 8 years since I had joined it. But as time went on, but as time went on, it got pretty crazy. My older sister and brother and I had been displaced several times after those early years until we were feeling pretty bettered.
Okay, nice
Better.
job, Mustafa. Okay, very good. You have pretty good control over your R sounds. What country are you from, Mustafa?
I'm from Egypt.
From Egypt. Wow. Wow, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're the typical Egyptian accent. You don't have it. I couldn't tell that you were from there. Your ths did pretty good. A lot of times the people from Egypt they can't say they say z. Okay, and you had pretty good control over your R sounds. Okay, really good, really good. Let's take a look at some words. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, first up we have the word pretty. Give me a good P. Instead of pretty, it's pretty.
Pretty.
There you go.
Pretty.
There you go. Good. Nice P
Pretty.
sound. That's it. Okay, good. Next up we have relatively. Right here. So the stress is at the very beginning. Relatively.
Relatively.
Good. One more time. Relatively.
Relatively.
Okay, now be careful there because you don't want to say relatively. It's da 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 da. Relatively.
Relatively.
There you go. That's better. Okay.
Relatively.
That's it. Okay, so your voice is going to come down on it. Okay. All right, let's practice this word here. Themselves. Okay, now the es there at the end, we do not pronounce that. So instead of themselves, it's themselves.
Themselves.
Good, good. Nice job. Next up is the word funny. Right here, instead of funny, fa with an ah sound, it's an funny.
funny,
Mm-hmm. There you go.
funny,
Good.
funny.
All right. Next up, we have the word stretches. This is the only R that gave you a run for your money. Where are you at? Stretches right here. Okay, so the
Stretches,
TR instead of stretches, okay, stretch, stretches.
stretches, stretches.
There you go. Good, good. Nice CHR sound. Good. Next up is the word violence. Right here. Instead of violence, violence. Violence.
Violence,
Okay. Good.
violence,
Let's try this word one more time. The word is uncertainty. Uncertainty.
uncertainty,
Okay, very good.
uncertainty,
Excellent. Okay. Now, if we were going for an American accent on that, I would say uncertainty. Okay, I'd hide the T
uncertainty,
sounds. Uncertainty.
uncertainty,
Mm-hmm. Good, good. And okay, displacement here instead of displacement. Okay, give me an unvoiced S. Displacement.
Dis displacement,
Okay,
displacement,
there you go. Good. And the last one is this name here. Okay, it's Bowie. Bowie.
Bowie, Bowie.
Uh-huh. Very nice. Very nice. Good job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Very good. Let's go to Osama.
Okay.
All right, Osama, let's have you read from We
Uh,
Couldn't Help.
Mr. Shad,
And yeah.
in Egypt we think that we have a specific accent.
Yeah, and
People in
I've
Egypt
talked
talk
with
a different accent.
I've talked with many
Yeah.
many people from Egypt, and when you speak English, you do not have the Egyptian accent. That's
You
why
don't
I
have
had to
Egyptian
ask you.
accent?
What's that?
Yeah, I didn't have the Egyptian accent now.
No, that's why I had to ask you which country you were from. I have really good ears. It's probably one of the only good things about me. I have really good ears and I can hear things very clearly. Even through people's English, I can tell many times what country someone is from. Right? Even through their English.
Yeah.
Right? Because every country has certain
But I would
tendencies,
like to tell you
certain things that
something.
they do.
Uh, I would like to tell you something. You learn me how to pronounce English very well. I'm with you from before, and I attend with you many times.
Oh, really? A long time before? Because I
Thank
remember
you for
I
you.
remember
Thank
the
you for
picture,
you.
but I don't remember your voice.
Yeah, thank you for you. You helped me more.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because I remember your picture, but it was a long time ago. And then, but I don't recognize your voice. It sounds different now. Yeah, it sounds different. So if you were
Better
taking
now?
those suggestions if you were taking the suggestions and using them and making sure that you're taking care of those certain sounds, yeah, you don't have the typical Egyptian mistakes that many Egyptians have.
Uh, Thank you for you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Very good job. Good. Let's go to Osama. Osama, okay, yours is from we couldn't down to part of our personalities, please.
Okay. We couldn't help but notice the differences between the stability of home life we observed between ours and the families around us, our friends, and of course those that we just naturally sized up as being normal. There were lots of feelings of regret that we weren't quite on the same level as those around us. This assessment was also nurtured by the attitudes and treatment we received from those well-meaning people who seemed to know just exactly what social and economic slot to fit us into. Involuntarily, an element of self-pity crept in, and We were guilty of feeling a bit defensive and sorry for ourselves and our plight. Oh, we didn't brood over it, but we carried our perceived downtrodden social status around with us as we would our shirt, shoes, or pocket knife. It gradually became who we were, part of our personalities.
Hey, very good, very good. Okay, so I could tell this time through, Osama, you were focusing a lot on your enunciation, okay, and really focusing on pronouncing those endings and things like that. Okay, are you changing some things up?
Nope.
Okay, because before you would read with a little bit more fluidity. Okay, really kind of sliding your words together. Okay, which is it's fine if you're not doing that now, if you're trying to enunciate a little bit more. Okay, but if you're working on the accent, okay, if you're working on the accent, you don't want to be as intentional. Okay, so
How?
for
How is it? How is that?
so for example, if we have the words perceived, downtrodden, okay, instead of ending that D and saying perceived and really using a D, really hard sound, okay, lighten it up, relax. Perceived, downtrodden, okay. Now your ending on downtrodden was pretty good, but you can mix your D here and your D on perceived together. And it was those things that you were doing before. Okay,
Mhm.
you were mixing those sounds together instead of seeing a word, and it may be because they're separated, right? We have perceived and downtrodden, okay, a little bit separated, okay. But okay, so I want to work on another phrase here.
Okay.
As those around us. Okay, so where are you at? Same as the. Okay, so here. So it's going to be the same level as those around us. Okay, so here you spaced out each word, same level as those around us, and you are putting space in between those, because before you were saying the same level as those around us, and you would slide them together.
I
Okay.
see. Okay.
Okay, so you are really focusing on the endings and the beginnings of your words this time
Mhm.
around. So let's try this. Let's try this phrase here. So, the same level as those around us.
The same level as those around us.
Good, good. One more time. The same level as those around us.
The same level as those around us.
There you go. That's how you were talking before. Okay, good.
Mhm.
All right,
Yes.
let's take a look at some probably a new word for you. This word is involuntarily. Involuntarily.
Involuntarily.
There you go. One more time. Involuntarily.
Involuntarily.
Okay, good. Next we have, let's see, sized up. Okay, this is another one. Okay, so you had paused in between here. You had said sized up.
Because I didn't wanna pronounce sized. I want to
Ah, okay.
yeah.
That's what I was getting at. You were focusing on certain parts of the
Yes,
words
yeah.
so that you can pronounce them correctly. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, and that's fine. That's fine. If that's the goal, that's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the goal, that's all right, because
Like
I know you know how to mix them together. Okay, so okay, I get it. I get it.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so yeah, so let's try these here. So this is naturally sized up.
Naturally sized up.
Great. Okay. See, because that's how you were saying it before,
Mhm.
sized up, and you were kind of flipping right through those. Okay.
Okay.
But now I understand your intention. I know what you're looking at doing. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Your last word is, and this is probably a new one for you. The stress is at the beginning. Oh wait, let's see. Stabil. No, it's on the bill part here. So it's stability.
Sta-
Stability.
stability. Stability.
Good. Good. All right. So let's try this. We're going to say the stability of home life.
The stability of home life.
There you go. Good. Good. All right. Nice job. Very good job.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Chad.
No problem. Okay. Let's go. Let's go back to Alicia. All right, Alicia.
Hi.
Okay. So let's have you finish off this paragraph. Okay. So I want you to breathe, shake it off just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Get in your mind. Okay. When I see a vowel, an H doesn't exist in front of that word. Okay. But when I see an H, the H exists. Okay. So
Okay.
we're gonna focus on that as we're reading through. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I will try.
Go
Oh,
for
we
it.
didn't. Okay. Oh, we didn't pro over it, but we carried out perceive downtrodden social status around with us as we couldn't or shirt, shoes, or pocket knife. It gradually became who we were, part of our personalities, circumstances, fate, or whatever you want to call it had played a cruel rule trick on your family. In retrospect, I suppose that your parents were the cause of their own self-destruction, and to a certain extent, ours too. We did what most people in your small world did. We assessed yourselves in relation to others around us who had either more or less than we did in material things, as well as that ethereal glue that binds families together. We didn't have many material things, and that family's glue seemed to be getting weaker and weaker all the time. The only real bonding we had towards each other was out of the necessity of survival. It was a circle of wagons mentality, a poorly defensive posture.
Awesome. You got all of your vowel sounds correct without any H's in front of them. Okay, that was
Thanks
really
so
good.
much.
Yeah, well, you didn't have so like words like us. So before you would have said this is what you would have said. Okay, if I were to just take this much right here. Okay, so to others around us who had hither more. So even just in that part, you would have placed an H on others, around, us, and either. Okay, you would have placed an H there, but you read it correctly this time. That was good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
good job. Okay, same thing with ourselves. This is another one. You would have said ourselves, hone. Okay, our. Okay, yeah, all of those. You were placing H's at the beginning of those. Now those H's are gone. So keep working on that. Very good job. Okay, let's take a look at. Okay, so you were adding some S's. On some words. So for example, on survival, you added an S at the end. So let's try this. The necessity of survival.
The necessity of survival.
Good. Okay, here you added an S to material. Okay, mainly because things has an S, and in Italian you need to add the S's, right? You need to keep everything the same. So this is many material things.
Many material things.
Okay, give me a good R instead of material. Material. Many material things.
Many material things.
Okay, almost. Okay, so slow down on material just a little bit. Instead of material, okay, give me a good T sound. Okay, bring the tongue back so you're not touching your teeth. Many material things.
Many material things.
Okay, all right, we're getting closer. This is, I would probably copy that phrase, copy that down, write that someplace so that you can practice getting that R and the T right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the words. Okay. So we're putting the D's together. Okay. Our small world did. Okay. Our small world did.
Our small world did.
Okay, better. Before you were rolling that R, saying world. I can't even do it. Yeah, you were rolling the R into the D's there. Okay, so that was much better. Let's go to retrospect. So watch your R's here. Okay, so in retrospect.
In retrospect.
Good, much better. Okay, a cruel trick on our family. Try that.
A cruel trick on your family.
Good. One more time. A cruel trick on our family.
A cruel trick on your family.
Okay, that's going to be on our family. Okay.
Yeah, a cruel trick on our family.
There we go. Okay. Last one here. Okay. Our shirt, shoes, or a pocket knife.
Our shirt, shoes, or pocket knife.
Good. All right. Nice job. Okay. Very nice job.
Sure. Okay.
All right. No problem. All right. Let's go to Mustafa. And welcome to
Yes,
class, Ken. How you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm doing good.
Um, all right. So Mustafa, let's have you read from After Our Parents down to here where it says many of those around us, please.
Okay. Uh, After our parents were divorced, things really seemed to deteriorate rapidly and seriously. Our home had been a nice, stable, middle class, older house with a detached garage apartment that my father, a house painting contractor, had built. The rent from the garage apartment added an extra windfall to our income. When the house was awarded to my mother in the divorce settlement, my father promptly burned it to the ground for spite or revenge or both. In any event, my mother, sister, brother, and I had to move into a one-room garage apartment behind my grandmother's house. It was a real home down from what we'd been accustomed to. So we thought that our world had been severely devastated. We only saw how far we had fallen in economically and aesthetically, and not how much better of we were than many of those around us.
Okay, nice job, nice job. Let's take a look here. Now here we're going to be taking a look at a lot of ed endings. Okay, but first we have
Okay.
a couple of big words. This word here is pronounced aesthetically. Aesthetically.
Aesthetically.
Yeah, so the th,
Aesthetically.
that h is going to be silent. Aesthetically.
Aesthetically.
Good. This word here is
Aesthetically.
economically. Economically. The word is economically. Try that. All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
All right. He probably had an issue. Let me wait 1 second, see if he comes back. Uh oh, he may have lost internet. Okay. All right. So let's continue here from Osama. So from around us.
Okay.
Okay. Please read from it seems. Okay. Finish this paragraph and read down to here. That way out of self-defense, please.
Okay. It seems to be a truism that most of us don't notice those who have been neglected to the bottom quarter of our socioeconomic hierarchy. They are more or less invisible to us, and seen by choice, chance, or by virtue of the sight of them being somewhat uncomfortable for us to look at. It is scary, but most of us
Hello?
are. But
Okay.
if
Yeah,
you,
we can hear you, but I'll come back to you. Okay, Mustafa. Go ahead. Go ahead, Osama.
okay, but most of us are but a few short circumstances away from serious change in our comfortable lifestyles. I was rapidly learning that at an early age. Even being displaced and thrust into poverty, whatever we had to endure in our new situation was far better than laying awake at night listening to our father beat our mother with his fists on a regular basis, always when he had been drinking. Besides, We were pretty young, and a change of just about any kind was just another adventure. We made it that way out of self-defense.
There we go. That's Osama. He's back. He's back. There we go. That's what I'm used to. Very good, man. Yeah, I could tell the difference. I could tell the difference here. This one sounded a lot smoother. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a few parts here. Now, the last part of the paragraph was really good. I want to go to rapidly. Okay, give me a good P instead of I was rapidly learning.
I was rapidly learning.
Good. Now, remember about the word was. We want to minimize that just a little bit more. Instead of I was rapidly learning.
I was rapidly learning.
Good. Yeah. So it's nice and quiet. Okay. Our next one here is hierarchy. Okay. This is probably a new word for you. Okay. Hierarchy. The CH is a K sound.
Hierarchy.
Okay. Hierarchy. So hierarchy.
Hierarchy.
So split the word into two.
Higher.
So and then archy. Hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Hierarchy.
There you go. Good. One more time. Hierarchy.
Hierarchy.
Good. Okay. And this big one here. Socioeconomic. Socioeconomic.
Socioeconomic.
Yeah, so we split this here. Socioeconomic.
Socioeconomic.
Yeah, good. All right, very good. Now I liked your stop T's, your stop D's. Okay, you were mixing your words together. Okay, it sounded a lot more fluent this time around. But again, I do want to stress, I do understand why you were doing it the other way the time before. Okay,
yeah, okay.
Which isn't bad if you're working on your enunciation. It was just a shock to me. I was like, who's been teaching Osama? Who's been teaching him? No.
I just was afraid of my endings. That's why I read that way. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I thought that you got with another teacher, and the other teacher was like, okay, well, you need to enunciate more. And I was like, no. Come on.
I totally trust your way of teaching.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, I didn't know. All right, very nice, man.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Mustafa.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at your words here. Okay. Briefly. So we have the ed endings. The ed endings were the biggest culprit for you this time around. Okay. So instead of accustomed, this word is accustomed. Accustomed.
Accustomed.
Good.
Accustomed.
Yeah. So we don't want to pronounce this e. Okay, that E is not going to be pronounced. Okay, we only pronounce the E when the root word ends with a T or a D. Okay, so for example, this one here, devastated, devastate. That's the root word. It ends with a T. This is when we pronounce the E sound, or it's more like an I. It's devastated. Okay, but here, accustom, it ends with an M, so we do not do that. Okay, so let's take a look at some other ones. Let's go to burned it. Okay, so instead of burned it, this is burned it to the ground. Try that.
Burn it to the ground.
So it's burned it. So you want to take
to the ground.
You want to take the D sound and connect it to the word it. Burned it. Burned it.
Burned it to the ground.
That's it. Burned it to the ground. Good.
Burned it to the ground.
Excellent.
Burned
Much
it to
better.
the ground.
Okay, good. Let's go to the word detached. This word right here. Okay, when we have words that end with a CH, okay, the ED ending will sound like a T.
Detached.
That's it. Very good.
Detached.
That's wonderful. Okay, and last word for you. Okay, when it ends with an S sound, so the root word is divorce. That's a S sound. Okay, so the ED will then sound like a T. Divorced. Uh-oh, did we lose him? I think we lost him. Okay. All right. Let's go to Ken.
Okay.
All right, Ken, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me have you read from adapting. Finish this paragraph, and read down to here where it says people who had the means, please.
Okay. Adapting is probably what humans do best, and children are better at it than anyone else. They have to be. My sister, my brother, and I had very little control over our circumstances. Our lives were where and how we wanted to live. We were obliged to go where and do what we were told. The decision for these things were always left up to the older, smarter adults who were more in control of things. Right or wrong, they were the parents, we were the children. Television, having not been introduced into our small community as yet, was not a refuge from our grinding poverty. Instead, we generously used our imaginations. Radio was king, and it was a rich source of our evening and Saturday morning entertainment. Our escape, plus the very necessary fact of it being free of charge for the listener. Supporting the program sponsors was a luxury afforded to those other people who had the means.
Okay, very nice job. All right, let's take a look here at the word people. Make sure to pronounce an L at the end instead of people. With an oo, it's people. Make sure your tongue is touching the top of your mouth. People.
People.
There you go. That's it. Okay. Next up is luxury. Luxury.
Luxury.
That's the way. Good. One more time. Luxury.
Luxury.
Okay. Very good. Next up, we have the word grinding. Right here, instead of grinding, it's grinding.
Grinding.
Good. So this is going to be, was not a refuge from our grinding poverty. Try that.
Was not a refuge from our grinding poverty.
Okay, poverty instead of poover, poverty.
Okay, was not a refuge from our grinding poverty.
That's it. Excellent. Okay. This word here, instead of introduced, it's introduced.
Introduced.
Good, good. Nice job. Next is, okay, where'd you go? The big one. Okay, circumstances. Okay, stress is at the very beginning of the word. Circumstances.
Circumstances.
Awesome. Okay. Next up is the word control. So the stress is at the very end of the word. Instead of control, it's control.
Control.
There you go. Okay, very good. And our last word is, let's see, probably, right here. Okay, instead of probably, it's probably.
Probably.
Good. One more time. Probably.
Probably.
Good. Good. Nice job. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. That means yes. Hi, Mustafa. Welcome back.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. Okay. Good. Let's go
What does
to
it mean, circumstance?
circumstance is a situation. Okay, so it means situation, so your circumstance, your situation, okay, whatever situation you're in. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, very good. Let's go to Alicia. Alicia, sorry.
Yes, Elisa.
Elise, oh, God, I keep adding the I there at the end, don't I? Yeah, I'm sorry, Elisa. Jeez, that's terrible. Man, that was really bad. That was really bad of me. Okay, Elisa. Now I'm embarrassed. My face is all red now. I can't even say her name right. Okay, so please read from mostly. Finish this paragraph, or finish that paragraph, and read down to read down to here where it says for whatever was left, please.
Okay. Mostly, I spent the majority of my working hours outside, exploring the world. We had 3 movie theaters in your small town. Admission was 9 cents, but most of the time that was an instrumental sum. Our mother worked as a waitress in a local cafe, and we were relegated to living on her tips. It was just about then that I discovered a really fun thing to do. Once every week, my grandfather would gather up all of our trash that had accumulated between his house and ours and take it to the dump grounds for disposal. Most everyone had a 55-gallon barrel situated near the back alley where they burned most of their daily trash, but eventually there had to be a final dumping site for whatever was left.
Okay, nice job. Now, this time through, you only had one vowel, okay, where you added the H on it. Only one. That's good. That's a really big improvement. Okay, very good. All right, so let's take a look at some new words here. First up, we have the word barrel. The word is pronounced barrel.
Barrel.
Yeah, instead of burial, burial is where you bury someone in the ground after they are dead.
Ah, okay.
Okay, a barrel is like a really big trash can. Okay, so if you can think in movies, when you see the homeless guys and they're standing around an object that has fire coming out of it to keep themselves warm, have you seen that before? That's called a barrel. That's a barrel.
Barrel.
Okay, there you go. Okay, next up, this is okay, his house and ours. So here. Okay, so we have his house and ours. So we're working on the vowel sound on his instead of he's. Okay, it's his, and then the last word is ours instead of ours, adding an oo in there. So this is his house and ours.
His house and ours.
Okay, take off the H on ours. His house and ours.
His house and ours.
Good, nice job. Okay, next one, this is where you added the H. You said every week. Okay, so this is every week.
Every week. Every week.
Good, good. Next is, okay, big word, right here. An insurmountable sum. An insurmountable sum.
An insurmountable, insurmountable sum.
There you go, that was good. Okay, one more time. An insurmountable sum.
An insurmountable sum.
Good, that's pretty good. Okay, very nice. Next is the word sense. Make sure to add that S on the end. Sense.
Sense.
Okay, very good. And your last word is a long A sound. Waking. Instead of whacking, waking.
Waking. Where is it?
Can you not see it? Let me roll it down. Can you see it right here?
Waking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Yes.
Waking. Good.
Waking.
All right, nice job. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, was ever left? All right, very nice. Let's go to Mustafa.
Yes.
Okay, Mustafa, let's have you read
Yes.
from our dump ground down to in the process, please.
Okay. Our dump ground was located behind the Elmwood cemetery, where families could simply take their trash to a city maintenance landfill and dispose of anything they didn't want anymore. It was a simile and all around the gross place, but that was just on the surface. My mother was the first in our family to realize the value of the place. She and granddad would go there and not come home for several hours. I couldn't figure out what the interest was until one Saturday morning. I had nothing else planned, so I decided to go along for the ride. Granted, sometimes allowed me to ride in the pickup bed, and that was fun in itself. The freedom I had been allowed up to that time gave me the confidence to go and do just about anything I wanted that didn't hurt me in the process.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, let's take a look here. First up, we have the word allowed right here instead of allowed. Okay, the ed
Allowed,
ended. Yeah, there you go. One more time.
allowed,
Allowed.
allowed,
Good.
allowed
Uh,
me to ride.
good. Next up, we have the word planned. Okay, so I had nothing else
Planned.
planned.
I have nothing else planned.
Very good.
I I have nothing else planned.
Very nice. And next up, we have the word several. Okay, instead of for several, several for several
Several
hours. Hours.
for several hours. For
There you go.
several hours.
Much better. Okay, this word here, the A at the very beginning. This is an ah sound. Granddad. Granddad.
Granted.
Good. One more time.
Granted.
Granddad.
Granted.
Okay, very
Granted.
good. Very nice. Next up is the word maintained. Ed ending here instead of maintained. Maintained.
Maintained. Maintained.
All right, very nice. And your last word is right here. The word instead of located, it's located with the stress at the beginning.
Located.
Located.
Located. Located.
Good. One more
Located.
time. Located.
Located.
All right,
Located.
very good. Very good. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's go to Osama. Osama,
Okay.
please read from My Mother Had Previously. Okay, and read till Nasty Place, please.
Okay. Mother had previously brought things home from the dump ground, which she was very proud of, and used the items to augment our meager existence. She regularly found hardly worn clothes, pots, pans, dishes, building materials, tools, perfectly good appliances, radios, shoes, and many other items that people had discarded for a number of reasons. Her creativity and resourcefulness then took over as she remade the items. Old clothes were altered, shipped, or broken things were mended or patched. Other smaller things were used to make larger things. She had raved about her little Bonanza, but none of us really paid much attention. Plus, there was the obvious social stigma attached to anyone seen rummaging through and retrieving trash from that nasty place.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's go to the word trash. Give me a good sh sound here at the end. Trash.
Trash.
Good. Okay. Next up is rummaging instead of rummaging. Okay, give me a sound. Rummaging.
Rummaging.
Okay, very nice. Next we have the word bonanza. Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Okay, this word here, altered. So here, okay, old clothes were altered. Now we're not going to use as heavy as a flap a T as we would usually use, like in waiting. Okay, or this is going to be like halfway between a T and a D sound. So we don't want to say altered. Okay, and really press into it, but we don't want to say altered either. Okay, so it's altered.
Old clothes were altered.
There you go. Yeah. So that's perfect. That was perfect. Whatever that feeling was that you did there, it's in between. So it's not a t, alt and really a very heavy T sound, but nor is it a really thick D. Okay?
Okay.
That was good.
Okay.
So one more time. Old clothes were altered.
All clothes were altered.
Great job. That was really good. Okay? Let's go to this word here. Creativity.
The stress.
The stress is going to be on tiv, creative. That's why I pronounce that T, but this T is a flap T. Creativity, because the ending of the word
Creativity.
does not receive the stress.
Okay. Creativity. Creativity.
That's it. One more time. Creativity.
Creativity.
There you go. Good. Okay. And okay, so here I need for you to relax a little bit on your your AL endings, your EL, UL, ALL, those things, because you're really pulling your tongue back to the back of your mouth, and you're saying material, and you're almost swallowing your tongue. So relax a little bit on that. Okay. So don't pull it back so far. Okay. It's materials.
Materials.
Okay, push it forward just a little bit more, okay? Because you don't want it in your throat saying oh. It's oh.
Oh. Okay, materials.
Okay, so let's try one thing here. Okay, so I want you to place your tongue. Okay, I want you to place your tongue up at the top of your mouth. Okay, kind of in the center. Okay, my camera. There we go. Okay, kind of in the center, not all the way like this, like an L. Okay, and not way back here. Okay, where your part comes up. So it's kind of in the middle. Okay, and you're just gonna touch really lightly, and I want you to say, oh.
Oh.
There you go. One more time. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, now we're gonna space it out. We're gonna say material.
Material.
Okay. All right. So space it out. So we're going to say material, and then you're going to place your tongue in that position. Okay, right like this. Material.
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 Good. Okay. Now we're going to add the S. Materials.
Materials.
There you go. Good. Okay. So we're bringing it up out of the throat. Okay. A little bit more.
Okay.
One more time. Materials.
Materials.
Okay, almost. So practice that a little bit. Okay, so
Okay.
you're just going to place the tongue there in the middle. Okay, and then practice bringing it up out of the throat, because it's caught back here. You're saying oh. Okay, and you don't want to swallow it that much. Bring the sound forward just a little bit, and it'll give you a more natural sound. Okay.
Okay, I will. Okay.
All right. Very cool.
Okay.
Good. Let's go to Ken. And Ken, I'll have you read just a little bit here before we've got to end. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hansa, anything interesting? Rummaging the trash. Nasty place. Okay, so please read from It Had Never. Okay, finish here and read down to a beachcomber, please.
Okay. It had never really occurred to me that in picking through the stew of refuse and discards, one might find anything valuable or interesting. Then simply by chance, I discovered the true value of the place in spite of myself, feeling a little strange and insecure of my first visit. I wandered around kicking a can or two, chunking rocks at the bottles. Then I spotted my first treasure. Apparently, someone had thrown away several World War II military medals, along with a small display case. What a find! I thought I'd won the door prize at church bingo. After a few more similar finds, I became a true believer. I forgot about the stigma and the smell, and from then on became a damp ground beachcomber.
Okay, now that last word is comber. Okay, the B is silent. Beachcomber.
Beachcomber.
Okay, one more time. Instead of comber, beachcomber.
Beachcomber.
That's it. Good. Okay, next up is, okay, the word door. Instead of door with an oor sound, it's a door. The door prize.
Okay. The door prize. Door prize.
Good. Much better with that PR. That sounded great. This word here is display. The stress is at the end of the word. A small display case.
A small display case.
Good, good. Nice job. Next up, we have the word apparently. Okay, we're working on the TLY at the end here. Apparently.
Apparently.
Good. One more time. Apparently.
Apparently.
Awesome. Next up is insecure. Insecure.
Insecure.
Great. That sounded awesome. Next is refuse, I think. Hold on. Yeah. This word here is refuse. So stress at the very beginning. Refuse.
Refuse.
Okay, good. And your last one is occurred. Now instead of occur, okay, it's an sound only. Occurred.
Occurred.
Great, great. All right. Very good, you guys. Well, thank you very much for coming in. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good work and the improvements. And I will see you next week, okay?
Thank you,
very
Chet.
much.
All right, everyone.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye. See you.